Hello, hello, hello. Happy Talk Tuesday, everyone. Waiting for the people them to join. Hey, Brandon. What's up, what's up, what's up? How are we doing? Happy Talk Tuesday, everyone. I'm so excited to have this show and to have this platform to share with you some inspiration. I truly believe that when you hear other people's story, you are inspired. And so today we have Desireé Talley, who is the host of Pop Law Podcast. She is an attorney and she is a multi-hyphenate boss. You know we love a multi-hyphenate on the show. So as soon as she hops in, we will get started. Hello, I see some Virgos in the building. Happy early birthday to Kay. Shout out to the Virgos. My mom's birthday is coming up as well. So you know how we do. It's all love, all family here at the Amateur Podcast. And our guest for the day has arrived. So we will invite her in to get started. I think. Awesome. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Happy Talk Tuesday. Welcome to the Amateur Expert Podcast.
Thank you for having me on the Amateur Expert Podcast. I'm so excited to be here.
Likewise. So we love a multi-hyphenate on the show. So Desiree, I want to hop right in. Can you please tell us who you are and what you are doing currently for work?
I'm Desireé L. I almost gave y'all my real middle name. Talley Esquire. I am the Vice President of Legal and Business Affairs for Revolt Media and TV. I also am the owner of Pandora Media, and I am the host and founder of Pop Law Podcast.
Period. Okay, so let's jump into the questions, Desiree. So when you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up, and what was the motivating factor behind that?
I wanted to be a lawyer, believe it or not, a lawyer / judge. The motivating factor for the judge side was Judge Judy. I love court TV. I will watch Judge Judy all the time. So that she definitely inspired me. And then Judge Mathis, Judge Joe Brown from back in the day. And then I figured out the legal side watching TV again. I remember Maxine Shaw, attorney at law from Living Single.
Yeah.
So she definitely was an inspiration. Claire Huxtable, all these women characters, Joan from Girlfriends. Again, I was always inspired by those characters and seeing these powerful Black women who were beautiful and smart. That was something that I aspired to be as well.
I love that. So typically on the show, we'll have someone say like, I wanted to be a karate instructor, but now I'm a lawyer, right? And so I do think it's fascinating that from a young age, you knew that's what you wanted to do. So you were able to sort of fast track your journey. So if you could give us sort of what that track looked like for you.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't know how to get there. I don't have any lawyers in my family. And so I'm really the first to do everything, go to college, of course, go to law school, and now I'm working in the C-suite. And so while at Hampton University, y'all see,
Okay.
HU?
HU?
The real HU.
Yeah, well, I'm going to respectfully say out of that argument, but we show love for both HUs.
So I definitely, again, I was at Hampton. I was a public relations major because I will watch, again, different TV magazines, and a lot of people who had interesting careers were publicists, but still, I wanted to be a lawyer. I thought PR would be the way because I had an interest in media and entertainment. And so that was my major at Hampton, but I switched majors. Before my major was political science. It was so boring. I was not doing well in my classes, so I just went ahead and went the PR route and minored in political science. But it was an episode of my Super Sweet 16 that let me know that I can combine my passion for entertainment and the law. There was an episode where this attorney, a Black man, he was throwing his kid a birthday party, and he was an entertainment lawyer, and he was, affiliated with all the celebrities working on their contracts, having the calls on the phone. All these celebrities showed up to his kid's birthday
I feel
party.
like I remember that.
Yeah, it was this huge house, and I'm like, wow, all right, entertainment attorney. Let me Google and figure that out. Um, and so I didn't figure it out through Google, but I'm like, okay, go the PR route. That's still in media. I did a bunch of PR internships. And then um, when I was living in New York, I just was going to every different networking opportunity and conference that I can see with lawyers just to hear their experience, see where they work. And then I was learning about the media companies. I liked TV, movies, and music. I would always read the credits to look at what company these people were working at. And so I discovered internships in the entertainment industry, and now I'm here.
I love that. And so I forgot to ask you a question earlier, but before we circle back to that, I want to know when did you decide you wanted to do the podcast, right? So you had already been an established attorney, you had your boutique law firm. And so when did you decide, oh, wait, now I need to dabble in entertainment, like be talent myself?
So I started the podcast at my first legal job at Viacom Media Network with a co-host. We were both new junior attorneys. We weren't in a legal like attorney role. We were in a quasi legal hybrid role for new attorneys. We did not want to go to a law firm. We went straight in-house. And so we have been talking about it for a couple of months, and then just collaborating different ideas and talking about our passions and what we wanted to do. We loved celebrity gossip, but we didn't want to be, messy, public
Yeah.
facing. So we were just like, what can we do? So I was thinking of my passions. I love the law. I love Black people. My mission is the protection, education, and advancement of Black people and our culture. And so I'm like, how can we teach people about the law
Yeah.
in a fun way? And then it was like a light bulb. Let's do a podcast about celebrity lawsuits, because we were reading TMZ. We worked in media at this time, different cable networks, all the transition, and just the gossip in the office about what was going
Right.
on in the company. We're like, this is it. This is entertaining. And so we started the podcast, and we collectively put out 93 episodes.
All right.
And so it was just very time consuming with our demanding jobs and,
Mhm.
life. And we transitioned to other roles. So now the podcast is back with just me, and I will be interviewing a bunch of different guests, still with the same substance, the same core of it, talking about celebrity lawsuits and educating people. But now it will be on Revolt Podcast Network, and also there's a video component on the Pop Law YouTube channel. And actually, exclusive, the episode drops tonight. The very first episode drops tonight.
Exciting. Congratulations. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely have to repost that. I am super excited to watch the final cut. I
Yes.
was fortunate enough to be behind the scenes and see it come to life. So congratulations, and also excited to see the final finished product.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so I forgot to ask you earlier, when you were thinking that you wanted to be a lawyer, what when you were younger, how would you have defined success? And then how do you define it now? Has it changed? And if so, why?
For me, success was, it's ever changing. I don't really have a real definition. Previously it was just, as I was younger, graduating from college, because I was the first person in my family to go to
Mhm.
college. And so I just wanted to get there. From California, I'm from the Bay, and I moved cross country to go to school in Virginia. So success for me was, this is my first goal, getting through college. Um, the next step was passing the LSAT and getting a good enough score in order to get into a good school. And I'm just completely against Ivy Leagues, but I wanted to have still a really great school to go to. And so I went
Absolutely.
to St. John's for law school. And so reached that. It was a terrible time for me. It was a tough transition from going to a HBCU to a PWI. So I
Mhm.
struggled a lot.
Mhm.
But that success story was all right, I just got to make it through these 3 years.
Right.
Um, and then post that, like, all right, I need this entertainment job. So I set small little goals that I knew were achievable instead of big picture. But now success for me what is, and I think it's still again changing, but I've worked historically at white corporations
Mhm.
and I got my training ground there and it made me be a really great lawyer so I can go back and be ready for a role like I have at Revolt
Right.
to have power, have influence, and again, use my personal mission, which I'm going to continue to restate the protection, education, and advancement of Black people to do that on a contractual level and give them that platform and space for their creativity and projects that are fair and Black owned.
That's beautiful. Along your journey, what are some of the tips and motivators that you've used? I heard you say you set like small benchmarks, but what else do you do to keep yourself motivated?
Taking a break in between
Mhm.
that, and that's hard right now. I pretty much work 7 days a week. I think maybe 14 to 18 hours a day. But if I am burnt out, I do take that time to just completely log out. And that is, it could be pressing. Everything's an emergency to everybody, but it
Mhm.
might not be to me. But mental health is extremely important. So I go to sound baths when I'm feeling overwhelmed. I like to go hang out with my friends and have dinner and cute cocktails and go to the flower market. Those things relax me. So I make sure that I'm able to do that. And when I am able to take vacation, my laptop is always with me everywhere I go, but I do try to take those couple of hours just for myself.
I love that. And so, being sort of new to LA, I have this is a question that's off the list. I've gone to the Flower Mart, and the yeah, I guess it's called the Flower Mart downtown LA. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Or okay, I was like, is there another spot you need to put me
yeah.
on to?
Nope. Downtown LA.
Okay. All right, but yeah, I love it there. My room is filled with tons of plants from downtown LA and the Flower Mart. It is a like a Zen place. I love it there too.
Mhm.
Um, so okay, tell me this. What is something that you know now that you wish you would have known sooner?
Be patient.
Mm.
Be patient, and also the money will come. Everybody tries to go after certain things because they are looking for a quick payday, but you have to think long term and longevity. If you take a job or whether it's freelance or with a corporation, think about 360 all the benefits that you can get from that role, who you will come in contact with, the things that you can learn. Do you have direct access to the CEO, the CFO? Are you working with people who do things that you know nothing about that you want to learn? And that's something that is, priceless. And I have the ability to do that at Revolt. On text with the CEO and CFO and the CEO. The CFO and the CEO is the same person, but when they were trying to get me to come over to Revolt, the COO asked the first question, what do we have to do to get you here? I answered that. The second question is, what do you want to do? And I said, I think I want to be COO. He was like, oh, that's my job. I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I would also like to start my own business unit. I don't want to be boxed in as an attorney, and I have creative endeavors and aspirational talents of doing other things and being on camera. And he said, whatever you want to do, you can do that here. And so, um, think big picture.
I love that. I think especially that you said that as a woman. I think a lot of people would have been in that space and shied away and not have uh, been bold in their truth. And so, one, I'm happy that you knew exactly what it is that you wanted and that you shared it in that moment. That's very powerful. Um, And to your point of being able to be patient and, sort of like do the groundwork, build that foundation so that as you grow, you're able to take those nuggets with you. Last night on a master class with Felicia, she said that she is um, such a great C-suite or an executive because she was an amazing, amazing EA, right? She's like, I know what the job requires. I know how to manage. I know all the things. And I learned that because I was an EA or because I was an unpaid intern. And so I do think that patience is so important, but it's so hard to have.
You gotta have it because you only get one life, and you don't want to step over dollars to make pennies. And so you definitely have to be patient. And I'm learning that each day. That's a tidbit that I get from someone close to me. And then understand the why. I'm still learning the why. You have to know why you're doing something. If you can't define what that is, if you cannot actually write it out and believe it and understand it, nothing that you do will work. You can make $300,000, whatever, but the money will come and go. People will replace you when they find somebody better or next. So the goal is to be unemployable.
That is going to be the title of the podcast. Brendan, I hope you are still listening. That's my audio engineer who helps put the show together. So, Brendan, you heard it here first. This is the title. We don't have to guess. We don't have to go back and forth. That was it. Okay, Desireé. I am also the founder of Affirmed Armor, which is my apparel brand. And so I want to know, what is your go-to affirmation?
On a mission, the greatest enemy is idle time. And that is a quote from the late, great Nipsey Hussle. And so while it is important to take breaks, just sitting there pondering, not knowing where to start, I'm going to do it tomorrow, that doesn't work. How many tomorrows are there going to be? You keep on saying tomorrow, then a month, a year, 3 years go past, and you are still trying to execute that one goal, that one dream that you could have done years ago. So you can do it in baby steps and take your time, but maybe it's setting small goals for yourself to get it done. And so idle time, that's the biggest enemy that we have.
Oof, you just hit me right there, you know what I mean? But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whew, yeah, not tomorrow. I mean tonight, because we're gonna get that ball rolling tonight. No,
No,
that's
procrastination is real. I have some stuff that I've been procrastinating on. I'm like, I got 100 things to do. Let me get through these 99, and then I'm going to get to this one that is really important. But I said tonight, I've been putting it off for 2 weeks. Let me at least get started. And so I know that my deadline is Sunday. That's why, but I need to get it done prior to then. So I'm going to do it tonight.
period. I'm gonna look. Everyone's filling it in the chat, like, whew, yikes. Okay, but it's good. We needed to hear it. We needed to hear it. Last thing I want to say to you, Desireé, is that I am the amateur expert, and I know just a little bit about a lot. And I want to know if you can share with me a random fact, a tidbit of information, something I can say that Desireé taught me.
Know your why. Know your why. It all starts with why. That is also a book. So you can read the book to understand your why. And if you do not understand your why, and it's your personal why you are doing something, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be this podcast, it can be your job, it can be why you are going to the store. Know that why. And if you cannot answer that question yourself without any outside influence, you shouldn't be doing it.
That's good. And now I want to give you the red carpet, roll the red carpet out for you. How can we support you? I know you gave us exclusive earlier, but let's redrop how we can support you, what you have going on. Let us know.
Yeah, just follow Pop Law Podcast. There will be a lot of information related to anywhere from copyright, trademark to business registration. You can find it on Pop Law. There are currently 93 episodes. My old episodes, I am taking them down. So I am encouraging everybody to go read the descriptions. If you have a question that you need an answer related to anything legal and could not afford an attorney, go listen to those episodes and continue to listen because the questions that you might have will come up. So listen to Pop Law Podcast. It'll be available on all streaming services. It currently is. The video component will be up later on tonight. So subscribe to that Pop Law YouTube channel and then follow Pop Law Podcast. And the links to everything that you need are in the bio.
I
And then
love that.
you can find me on there too, but Pop Law is more important.
Okay, Desiree, I want us to sign off, but I want you to do it, and I want you to say, if you're willing to, your sign off for the show.
This is Desireé. I'm from the Bay. Coming at you from Pop Law Podcast. I'm here with the amateur expert, Ashley Easton. Tune in to future episodes of The Amateur Expert, and I look forward to watching this back.
Thank you. And you're supposed to say,
Oh, yes, Ashley. This ain't my show, but I will say it. I am Desireé. I am on The Amateur Expert. And please remember, I am still not your attorney.
yay!
Thank you for the reminder.
I got you. Thank you again for being on the show. We will definitely support and subscribe and do all the things. It has been amazing recapping and learning more about you. And we look forward to supporting you in your future endeavors. So
Yeah.
I hope you all have a good night and we will see you next week. Bye.